Oh yeah. Warframe and chill. There we go. So I need to figure out what was causing my game to crash back then. Suit is used for that. That's... yeah, that's... okay. Cool. I wonder if I should demonstrate 60 FPS today. If I should just like play my game at 60 FPS instead of 45. So I tend to play at 45 FPS more often than not. There's a good chance my audience doesn't actually know that I can run games at 60. Hey Ogrid, welcome to the stream. You're going in the box because you used the first redeem. Nerd. Me? Nah, I'm not a nerd. I probably am. I don't know, I was literally just talking about frame rates a second ago. No, the box. Release me. Fine then. Fuck it. Yeah. Fine then, there you go, get the the box. But yeah, playing Warframe because I kind of feel like it. That's about it, really. Modern Warframe today, not 2019. But I was considering 2019 just because I wanted to one-to-one port my inventory over to 2019 Warframe and just see what changes. That's it. I just want to see what disappears from my inventory. I was obviously going to convert some weapons to other weapons, like I'll convert my Paragale to a Velt and stuff like that. Nah, that's not a thing. Anyway, I'll put the game on screen now. There we go. But yeah, have you ever seen my game run at 60 FPS before? Probably not, actually. I would not be shocked if you've literally never seen my game run at 60 FPS before. I tend not to run my game at 60 FPS, for context. Which is why I know that most people haven't seen it. I don't pay attention to frame rates. That is fair. Well, my game always runs at 45. Like, initially. This is, like, my default frame rate. Like, I know a lot of people who play games on a regular basis go, oh, how do you do PvP? That's the fun part. You don't. Actually, PvP is fine. I did PvP in Destiny. I've done PvP in Halo, Call of Duty, bit of Warframe PvP with a friend. I was goofing around, testing stuff. So it works. It's not like I have like an input delay or any hitching or lagging. Hells, I beat Elden Ring. I even did challenge runs for Elden Ring at 45 FPS. The frame rate isn't that important past like 45. Like 45 is the perfect low frame rate in my opinion. It's completely harmless, does nothing wrong. It's really good. Also, I do have the server open in case I feel like playing 2019 Warframe. So we can go to that every now and then if we really want to. Now, I'm kind of tempted to see if 45 will look any different. Not 45, 60 will look any different. Like if I were to put up 40, to put it up to 60 at the moment. I had to restart the game to do that, but it's still kind of cool as an idea. I definitely won't achieve 60 in most parts of the game because they've horribly optimized it because the new team sucks balls. Oh yeah, I do mean all offense when I say this to the new team. You're really bad at making a Warframe. How much steel essence do I have? I don't know why I'm surprised. Oh wait, I'm not. Whenever anyone decides to tie physics to frame rate, that immediately breaks the game. Like, I'm not kidding you. This has always been a problem. For example, if you... Actually, I can give you a great example. Games like Rainbow Six Vegas 2 for the Xbox 360 are also on PC. If you play these games on a modern machine, they, like, the animations on the faces go crazy. Like, the idle animations are like, all the time. The reason why is because they're playing at, like, fucking 500% their original speed. Because the game's just not used to running at 60 FPS or higher. So it panics. It's meant to run at 30 on an Xbox 360. The more you know. This is entirely an engine problem for an older version of a game. But yeah. I'm gonna switch over to get on cap frame rate real quick. Give me a second. So I'm curious how it will look. It'll probably look more for me than you. Like I'll see more of what's going on. Max frame rate. Use global setting on, set that to off. I love this song. It's so good. Where's the fishies? There it is. Fishies. Ah. That's all he has to say. So you're at the subway station. Yo. Are you at the... Good reception, by the way. I do not interact with the subway ever because I don't take trains. Because I get like profoundly homesick. Like, I'm not kidding. I get separation sickness. Separation anxiety rather, not sickness. Oh, it's basically a sickness. It's fucking awful. But I get separation anxiety from my own home, basically. And this is a bad thing because it makes me have panic attacks. I wish I was kidding. I get like actual proper factual panic attacks. No, different. PTSD driven. Mine is PTSD driven. Yeah, no. But yeah, here's 60 FPS. There is a noticeable difference even on stream. And this is 120. Which I can perfectly achieve, I just don't care. So whenever someone goes, oh, you only use low frame rates because your computer sucks. No, it's not that. It's that I don't give a shit. Because this is 120 FPS, only like clipping for like load and occasionally dropping to 119 because I don't have VSync turned on. Like, I have a good computer, for a lack of a better way of putting it. I just don't care. Low frames are for elite gamers? Yes. I truly do believe that if you can play very well, like, with a low frame rate, then you're just objectively better at games. But that's just my opinion. But that also comes from the fact that, like, I actively play... Less frames to hit shots, so yes. No. The frame rate thing, I want to explain the frame rate argument, because I actually understand it. But how will I see where the enemy is an argument. I need all the frames I can get so I can see every little movement of the enemy. Use your eyes. Use your eyes. That's my answer. Actually use your eyes. I have one functional eye, and I play at 45 FPS. Use your eyes. It is not that hard. I don't know what else to tell you there. You do not need 400 frames per second for your video game. A streamer I used to interact with named It's Waffle Child used to argue this point with me. I tried to explain it on stream in his chat, basically. He was running Marvel Rivals at some ungodly high frame rate, and it was lagging his VTuber model and stream avatars. I said, hey, turn your frame rate down. He said, no, I need a bigger frame rate so I can play better. So I simply explained that your frame rate doesn't actually help you play better. You just need to be good at the game. Because it's true. That's literally all there is to it. Learn how to be good. That's it. It's a simple task. What do I do today? Yeah. What station I go? That's fair. This will be open relics and chatting. Best of vlogs. It's one of those streams where people probably want to show up. They haven't been streaming in a bit. Like, my streams have been very scattered and very short because of my broken keyboard. Yeah. I didn't hear about it, but my keyboard broke. I had to get a new one. Whatever feels right then. What? I'm not sure what you mean by that. Loading. I love having insane amounts of damage resistance. It makes the game so easy. I'm not sure if it's just me, but I feel like Overguard is the most useless fucking thing they've ever added to the game. It's just a shittier version of Rhino's Iron Skin. And even then, Iron Skin was also kind of worthless after Steel Path because of how weird the numbers got. It just often feels like D doesn't think before they do things. Like, it's not me, there's not going to be a stream of me shitting on Warframe, it's going to be a stream of me talking about stuff and playing. But I often just don't think D gives a lot of things thought anymore. That's coming from a position where I've been playing this game a long while. I don't want to take my time, I just run to the objective and finish it at this point. I love the Decurions. These things are so fun. I remember, recently-ish, someone on my friends list on Warframe, like, sent me a DM, basically. Because they didn't really remember who I was, understandably, of course. And, it was really funny, because they're like, oh, if you need any help with anything, just let me know. I was like, oh, it's fine, I can literally solo super bosses. Because that's actually just straight up true. I'm not sure if that's an interesting fun fact, but yeah, no, I can solo super bosses. Sure, I'm not gonna say I can do it instantly, but I can definitely do it. I'm no fancy nuke build, but I'm definitely some sort of fucking monstrosity that can insta-kill things. Well, he's dead. You know, when it comes to super bosses, most of my damage comes from my Decurions. And my tankiness comes from, like, Inaros, because Inaros is pretty good. But yeah, no, I remember, like, actually, I remember I lost a follower over at super bosses at one point. It was really funny. Because they basically asked a comically vague question, and then got offended when I didn't know what they were talking about. And because my attitude was less than exemplary, they were like, oh, I'm gonna go. And they made this like big grandiose exit. It was really funny. I've had a few people do that though, where they've come in and ask a comically vague question and they get sad or upsetty when I don't understand what they're talking about. I didn't even know super bosses existed initially. So it's like, when you say super boss, I'm not really sure what you mean by that. Like, that phrase is just not a known phrase to me. You know, it'd be like if I'm like, hey, you heard of the fucking Flooble Dooble? And you're just like, you don't know what that is, and good fucking luck figuring it out. Sure, the Flooble Dooble isn't a thing, but you get what I mean, though. I think my point is being made well enough. That someone says, hey, have you heard of blank? Refuses to also explain what blank is. You could see where any misunderstanding can come in. Ow. Alright. Oh, my back. I don't know what else to do. Like, so I have like a better mission to run. I never did this. I might as well go kill the Spectre. Well, rip to a real one. Well, I was thinking about, like, the things I want for Warframe. And how, like, every single one of the things I want is very, 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 very simple. Like, I mean, literally all of the things I want are simple. Especially when it comes, like, when I break down, like, unreasonable wants and I remove them if they aren't really necessary. For example, it's not really necessary to get, like, a whole new weapon, or not really necessary to ask for the Layka Prime, because it's not like I'm gonna fucking continue to use it, who gives a shit. Like, I kind of lost an interest in the Layka over time because I've not had access to a Prime. Like, literally, that's the reason. I've not had access to the best possible version of my favorite gun, so I've kind of just stopped using my favorite gun so I don't get exhausted of it. And also, fucked up the sound of the default Layka, so it's only a matter of time before they fuck up the other version, so I'd rather just move over to something else. So Twin Grakatas, like, is a weapon I find myself using on a frequent basis. Used it a lot back in 2019, and I have come back to it, basically. Because it's a very fun weapon. But it has occurred to me, but there is just a comically, like, low number of dual pistol skins. Like, I mean that, by the way. Yet, in the files, there are 2 dual pistol skins that aren't available. And it's really cursed. And those are 4, if I were to equip, like, any other pistol. I'll just use, like... I'll just use this piece of shit. Just a good example. Right, so the dual pistol skins in question is a dual pistol skin for this thing, which would actually be kind of cool if it was a dual pistol skin, and a dual pistol skin for this thing. So I want to explain my reasoning for why these can be released. No one's stopping you. You're stopping yourself. That's it. There is nothing else to add. D just refuses to add them. Not sure why. They're in the files, they're working. I've actually booted up a version of the game and used them. At this point, it's on DE. Like, and it would be nice to have more skins for Dust to Dust, so I'm not just using the same appearance and occasionally switching to this if I really feel like it. Because this is ugly, and also this also just doesn't animate well. I don't like it overall. So having other skins would be nice. And they are as simple as just allowing them to be unlocked, which D refuses to do. Even let me purchase them, D. I would pay money for them. I mean that. And the other thing is the Vidaya's zoom system. I think that is objectively better. Or disable scopes actually disabling scopes. So when you use a weapon in Warframe, right? Normally, under normal circumstances, in a regular situation, how do I word this? Yeah, when you're using a regular weapon in Warframe, like a sniper rifle, you can't see your Warframe. And if you turn off the scopes, you still can't see your Warframe. I want to be able to see my Warframe. I know other people don't want to and don't care, but I do. And it doesn't hinder anybody else, because I feel like no one else really turns off scopes. I'm like the only person that does. And the only reason why I do it is because the UI can get a little clunky at times. But you know, I realize the things I'm asking for are so simple when it really comes down to it. And the dual Decurion to idle animation is the last one. There used to be an idle animation, a very, very normal, very nice looking idle animation that was present in Warframe. And they removed it in place of a shittier, significantly worse animation. That's the best way of saying it. And if someone's going to disagree, you're welcome to, but you're also completely fucking wrong. And as someone, for me, I'm not one to go, your opinion is wrong, but in this case, you are just wrong. This is my blue sky. I posted about it. This is an idle animation, where you bring up one of your Decurions and look around, and then bring it back down and they cross back over each other. You actually see remnants of the previous original animation in the game's animation when you deploy them. I do mean that. If I go into Captura real quick. So I'm trying to find a good scene for this. I think this one. If you look at the animation in slow motion, by just simply changing the setting, wherever it may be. Second. There we go. Do 25% speed. Alright. Cool. So, if you deploy the dual Decurions, watch me cross them over each other initially. And it just snaps. It snaps to the new animation. This isn't just an animation error. This is a straight up replacement. Because there was originally an animation where your character would idle, leaning forward with them crossed over each other like that. And when you're idling to Decurions for long enough, you'll eventually play your Warframe's stock idle animation. Not a unique one to your arc gun, like with the Imperator and any other arc gun with animations. So this even includes the arm cannons. They are technically arc guns internally. The Decurions are the only weapon in the entirety of Warframe that do not have an idle animation. And this is because Digital Extremes decided to fucking remove the original idle animation in place of this piece of garbage. And this is entirely on them to blame. I'm not sure specifically which DE did this, if it was the old team or the new team, likely the old team, but this was randomly changed some time ago, and there was no reason for it. Literally no one asked for this. I'm genuinely certain that not a single fucking person asked Digital Extremes to change this idle animation. I'm so certain, in fact, that I kind of want to boot up old Warframe and just show the original animation. Just because I can. Just because I can boot up an old version of Warframe. Hey Vilk, welcome to the stream. I'm sharing fun facts about Warframe and explaining how the 3 things I want in this game are the easiest things in the universe to implement and hurt literally nobody. But also, did you know that Digital Extremes some time ago thought it was a good idea to completely replace the dual Decurion animations, resulting in a now broken, buggy, and significantly less nice looking animation? Did you know this? You probably didn't. You also probably don't care. Well, but too bad. I'm telling you about it. Because it's interesting. And this is what I stream Warframe for now. I stream to tell people about the past and how cool it was. Because I'm understandably pissed about it. But yeah. Do you want to see the animation, or have you already seen it? Thank you for following, by the way, Veldris Verdant. So no, I didn't. Alright. I will quickly go back into Captura and show you, but then we'll boot up an older version of Warframe, specifically 2019, and I'll show you the original animation. But you also see remnants of the original animation in this animation of deploying it. I set my camera like this for a reason, by the way, and I'll turn on slow motion. Set it to 0.25. Cool. So, now the game's running at 25% speed, right? Every aspect of it, every facet of it. This animation hasn't changed since forever, basically. Since the Decurions debuted, this animation hasn't changed. But that one, right there, has. As you can see by the fact that I snapped into this new pose. I didn't just rest in that pose, I snapped into a completely different pose that clearly wasn't built for this animation. And this is because Digital Extremes changed this current animation you're seeing to this one for literally no reason. And this one doesn't have an idle, so it plays your Warframe's stock suit idle, no matter what that idle animation is. And it bothers me a significant amount. And I'm pretty certain they did change it. I don't think it's a result of an animation set. And if it is, then I'm not sure why one Warframe would have a new animation set. If I just set this to stock, so now we don't have an animation set equipped at all, we turn around, which is going to be using a system I also disagree with. I should still play this dog shit animation after the really nice deployment animation, which they added 1 billion particles to for some reason. You can see how quickly Varuna snaps into this new pose too. And once again, I am going to express, this isn't meant to happen. And I say that because I have seen the original animations. I was there when the scriptures were written. You cannot quote to me the sacred texts, for I was there when they were created. And this is why I'm agitated. It's because it's not necessary. You did not need to change this, basically, DE. Like, it's directly to DE. You didn't need to change this animation. You people are stupid. And I will forever call DE stupid for many different reasons. Especially when, like, some of the things they change are so pointless and meaningless that no one actually asked for it. For example, did you know that Warframe knows when you're alt-tabbed out? Yeah, no. It does. It literally does. What? Oh hi. Sorry, I'm talking shit on DE right now. But Warframe knows when you're alt-tabbed out. I will demonstrate this by opening up just an Explorer EXE window. And I'll just rest it on my desktop somewhere. Never mind, I've crashed Explorer EXE again. Thank you, Windows. That is fine. I'm just gonna reopen Explorer EXE. My computer's pretty bad, don't mind me. It's fine. Yep, that is exactly true. For example, when I click back onto Warframe right now, I will get a notification that I have mail. That was me clicking back onto Warframe. Allow me to now demonstrate using my actual factual desktop. Windows, Explorer. In my actual Windows machine, just sitting here, doing its thing, right? And we will hang out alt-tabbed out for a little while. I'll even come over and turn on my input so you can see the exact moment I click back into Warframe. Input's up at the top right. Why did you add this, DE? No one asked for this. No one asked for this feature where it knows that you're alt-tabbed out. You don't need people to... What the fuck? Like, it just feels weird, right? It just feels weird. You don't need this information. Like, it's just so unnecessary. And it's a thing I showed a friend, because I was like, they didn't believe me. I was like, alright, bet. I just showed them. That is not really necessary, yeah. Yeah, so they're adding that shit, but also not adding in skins that people could actually buy that look nice, that are already in the game's files, by the way. And they're not adding in a way to make, sniper scopes actually be disabled, which is actually in the game, by the way. And they're also not adding in adding back the original Decurion animation. They're just replacing it with some piece of dog shit, which is still in the game, by the way. It's not even helpful for me because I give gifts and don't receive them. I only have 2 unread inbox messages because someone sent me gifts for items I don't even want. And also they did it by way of an apology after they did something wrong. And I didn't even ask for them, so I never accepted them. That's the only reason why I have unread mail right now. But we will hop on an older version of Warframe real quick, just so I can explain some stuff about old Warframe, because it is interesting, to me at least. But first I need to go into my Warframe folder and change the setting. Oh, not really a setting, I need to swap out a single file, so give me a hot second to do that. EE-config, back this one up to MDRN, change this one from 2019 to EE-config. Right click on this. Warframe 2019. Boop. Oh, Warframe felt punchier? You're goddamn right it did. I'm talking about 2019 specifically because that holds a special place in my heart. This is back when Slash went through shields, Ember had World on Fire, the Decurions had a sexy animation, and the game just objectively felt nicer. IMO. I understand how people disagree, but ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Old Warframe. This is Buried Debts with the Uwu mod. I'll be taking the Uwu mod off, don't mind me. Give me a second to do that. I have an Uwu mod, so I thought it was funny. This is not on the official servers. You can't do this normally, by the way. But I'll be alt-tabbed out at the moment, so you'll see that, like, when I click back in, it won't tell me that, like, I have mail that's unread as well. I'm gonna grab these label replacements and just move them somewhere else. I take these label replacements and put them somewhere else. And I open up my bookmarks. All bookmarks. Toolbar, all the way down the very bottom. This one. Yes. Cool. And I reload label replacements. Yeah, but now when I alt tab back in, it's not telling me I have unread mail, even though I do. And the reason why is because that wasn't a thing back then. But also, another thing is arc guns. In your loadout options, not loadout, your game mode, under vehicles, your Decurions. Oh me, oh my, oh mercy fucking me, is that the idle animation that they replaced for literally no reason? You bet your ass it is. It's literally the original one. And it actually has a, like, idle flare animation, which doesn't exist anymore. And this is just a thing that was removed for no reason. No one asked for this. No one asked, but they did it anyway. And I will demonstrate it also in a mission, which is just here. Like, you can see the animation. It actually the deployment went into the idle perfectly, and the flare is playing just fine. There is not a single fucking problem with this animation, and D just replaced it for no reason. At most, it kind of ends a little abruptly sometimes, and that's it. But that's the only downside to it. It's nowhere near as egregious as the current state of the Decurion animation. These are the actual factual Decurions. The Prisma version didn't exist back in 2019, so that just wasn't a thing. But yeah, no. This is an older version of Warframe that I have archived that I play on because I think it's fun. Yeah, no, like, I guess my argumentative point here is that, like, that's some easy fixing though. Yes, it is. But instead they opted to replace the entire animation because they're stupid. I will forever, endlessly to the end of the earth until I run out of oxygen, insult Digital Extremes because I've seen what they can do. Like, someone climbing Everest could say, hey, where are we? And I would say 2019 Warframe. Because that's the peak. Everywhere else is down. There is nothing else good. Like, and that's not me trying to be mean. I promise you. It's not me trying to be mean, Warframe. I just want it to be good, man. Like, I miss Warframe. I miss when it was like this. Sure, there was some changes that were better. Right? There's a lot of really good changes. But not all of them. And that's even including the lighting. I'm gonna say it outright, the lighting is a really, really, really good example. The lighting in 2019 Warframe was nicer. In my opinion, of course. But I'll just go into an example. If you go into like Modern Warframe and go to like this tile set. I'll just do like literally any tile set, like literally any mission rather. You'll notice it's so much brighter in these ones than it is in Modern Warframe. And the reason why is because D decided to replace the lighting engine. Because it's not overdone. They're trying to use Soulframe's lighting in Warframe. That's like what they're doing nowadays. But look at this, we actually have color. We don't have an excess of volumetric fog and volumetric light shafts. We have actual factual fucking color. And particles actually look like particles. These are sparks. These aren't dust stretched into sparks. These are real goddamn sparks. And that is what makes me think that an older version of Warframe looks nicer. Because it does just look more grounded. It's not needlessly dark, it's not overdone, it feels like it's a kind of normal environment, all things considered. Like, I do personally think this lighting is nicer. But that's my opinion. Yes. But Soulframe lighting works in Soulframe, it wasn't made for Warframe. Exactly. That's my point. That is exactly my point, yes. I personally believe Soulframe lighting should stay the fuck in Soulframe. It does not belong in a game like Warframe, and likely never will. And the reason why is because of how Warframe's environments are. And sure, these bright spots, someone can argue, what about these? They aren't present in the modern day. Allow me to turn my bloom down. I'm sorry for having it set to max. Because I do actually max out my bloom when I play Warframe, so I think it looks nicer. That's only because I'm a nutcase that likes really high bloom. It's a little less egregious now, isn't it? It's still a bright spot because I'm right underneath a fucking light, but like, it's nowhere near as painful to the eyes. And the reason why it looks a little bad, in some cases, is because of me maxing out the fucking, the fucking bloom like an idiot. But yeah, no, like, I do not think Soulframe's lighting belongs in Warframe, personally. And I said, I understand if people like it, it's just not my thing. At least give me an option to go back, right? Like, that's... Yes, exactly. It's two completely different environments. Yes. And that's kind of, once again, why I'm arguing this point so much, is that you don't need to bring the lighting from one to the other. But Rebecca seems to think you can. I personally am of the belief that Rebecca is woefully unprepared to be in charge of Warframe. For many reasons, it's not just one. She wasn't originally in charge of it, right? She wasn't originally in charge of this circus. And when she wasn't in charge, I personally feel the game didn't go in any weird directions, be that with lighting and stuff like that, right? And it wasn't as egregious with the over-sexualization and fetishization of Warframes. Rebecca kind of has been enforcing that more than anyone else, and encouraging it even. I understand sex sells. I understand people like the horny stuff. Hells, I was and still a little bit am down horrendous for Stock Ember. But, like, I can use my imagination. I don't need you to give her, like, tits and a pussy. You don't need to do that. I can do that in my mind. And that's another point. People play this game who shouldn't be playing this game, because you can't really stop them. But you can at least do your due diligence and prevent them from seeing lewd shit. Oh, fuck's sake, I walked into that. That was my bad. But yeah, that's another point, I guess. But that one's not as egregious. I really don't care too much anymore. I stopped caring. But it is still a point I'll make. But there are a lot of things that Rebecca has done. Yes, I'm aware. Don't worry. Dude, I'm already aware. I've seen all of this stuff already. I even had someone try to argue with me that the Valkyr one wasn't horny. Found out, because of stick drift. Yes, when the stick drifts all the way up. I'm being a smartass. I promise to you. I jest. I found out because I was just inspecting the skin in Captura. And yes, I was inspecting the skin in Captura. And you can argue that, like, isn't that a little weird? Yes, it is. But at the same time, it already looked horny, bro. I was only confirming my suspicions. But still, it's a thing on my end that is still a point to be made that not everyone is mature enough to be playing this game. And you can't really stop them without ID. And if you do that, then less people will be able to play the game if they are adults, because not everyone wants to give their ID to a third-party company. So, what do? You don't add porn to your game. That's what you do, DE. Ow. Yeah, diary. That hurted. Signed Layka. But yeah. It's just a thing, I guess, on my end, where I will draw lines in different spots in the sand. But once again, I just saying, it's not just the sexually... I met some kids at Warframe. Isn't Warframe like rated M? Yes, which is for kids 15 and older, by the way, who are still not meant to be looking at porn. Softcore porn. Hells, the topic of Warframe skins is so inappropriate that I actually got a warning on a Discord server for simply bringing it up. That's not a bit. I got a warning by the staff of a Discord server because it was a sexual topic. DE. Like, open the door and let that fucking sink in, bro. Like, that's ridiculous. I don't know what else to tell you, man. Like, that's comical. Like, I'm not mad. It's entirely deserved. And I did get kind of heated in that conversation. But still, it's just a point. Yes. Yes, I know. Like, but I feel like Wisp was kind of the gateway to that, because she was the first Warframe to really do that. Yeah, sure, back in the day we had Soren, who was rather buxom. Like, here's Soren and Soren Prime. Like, but they weren't anywhere near as egregious as the new stuff. Like, she has kind of big boobs. That's about it. Just large-chested. And Soren Prime's the similar situation. Large-chested. I guess thicker thighs if you account for the weird infested-like armor on her. But that was really the most egregious thing back then. And then Wisp came out. Yes, that's why I consider the tipping point. Also, I'm gonna go back to Modern Warframe. Because I'm done explaining stuff about old Warframe, obviously. But also just because I wanted to hop back onto Modern Warframe. That was the majority of the stream's plan anyway. Warframe, econfig, 2019. Get rid of MDRN. We got Warframe. But yeah, no. The Mesa Heirloom is pretty bad. Personally. Like, I'm personally not a fan of it. As I said, like, if I want to be horny, if I want a horny post with a Warframe, I can, right? Like, it's not that hard to do. I don't need help, DA. I'm a horny streamer. All this is doing is just making them more money. And I know that. And that's the exact reason why they're doing it. Because I know people will buy those Warframes just so they can, you know, zerk it to them. Which I'm not complaining, I mean 17 in the States. Usually it's like 15 or mature audiences. That's like how it usually works in, like, you know, Britain and all that. Give me a second, I'll check. Yeah. M-rated content in Australia is recommended for viewers aged 15 years and over, but children under 15 may legally access it with parental discretion. Warframe age rating. Warframe ESRB. Hey, perfect. That's what I wanted. Mature 17 plus. And I think it's the American one though, considering it's mentioning fucking GameStop. There you go. It's MA 15 plus. MA 15 plus. Look, man, I don't know what to tell you. Yeah, that is fair. But you get what I mean. Like, it's still a point that DE should have at least the awareness to go, oh, our game is kind of sexually charged now because we can't keep it in our fucking pants. Like, that's still on DE to some degree. They still gotta do their due diligence. I'm not asking straight up for censorship, by the way. I'm just asking for an understanding. And even they have gone, is this too horny? Haha, on stream. They know exactly what they're doing. So once again, I'll still push blame onto D because they're fucking goofy assholes that don't seem to, like, understand, you know, how damning this can actually be. I make this tank bigger. Oh, chunky boy. Yes. And I have a goober up here. I'll put him down here too while I'm at it. That's better. Look at them all. They're so powerful. Led by the biggest goober. Anyway, but yeah. I don't know, man. Like, I'll run that same mission real quick, too, in, like, modern day Warframe, so you can see the difference in the lighting, because I do want to bring this up. Not Steel Path, to make my life easier. It's not like Steel Path is hard, it's just I don't want to spend ages shooting things. But I just want to bring up, once again, this point of, like, the difference in the lighting. Yeah, exactly. I understand that too, because, like, yeah, like, look at DE. Where did all the color go? Where did all the color in my Grenier ship go? It's already immediately apparent. Bruh, where did all the color go? Like, and this isn't me doing anything with, like, graphic settings. It's a lot grayer. Yes, it is. It is a lot grayer. And darker, too. And see what I mean? Volumetric lighting. You can see, like, the kind of volumetric fog they got going on with this lighting. They're trying too hard. And then there's some tiles that are still yellow. Like this one. This one's still yellow. So he's got this weird fucking mix of colors now, and it just seems weird. It feels like they're kind of half-baking the lighting now. And the thing is, this new lighting system they're trying to make, or rather not make but copy off a Soulframe, I want to explain my gripe with it further. How is this shit meant to run on a phone, bro? Like, sure, 2019 Warframe wasn't any better for its lighting, but, like, at least it could likely at least kind of run on a fucking... Feels like I'm on drugs sometimes. Same, though. But yeah, no, it's just... I guess on mine, it's triggering to see, like, some tiles get fucked up completely. Alright. Hey, I got a Gorgon out of that. Sweet. That very short interaction with that enemy got me a Gorgon. But yeah, no, like, as I said, I'm not straight up angry at DE. I'm upset. My tummy hurts. That's the best way of saying it. My tummy hurts and it's DE's fault. It's not like I'm going to actually outright, you know, do the Stugen Cannon, though. I don't care about the Stugen enough to get the Incarnon. And I didn't want to run Steel Path Circuit, because I think Steel Path Circuit's kind of trash. So I want to explain my problem with Steel Path Circuit, because I guess it makes no sense why I don't like it. Not everyone has a Warframe that's fully upgraded, and D doesn't know how to play their own game, so they don't know how to modify their Warframes to be good. Which makes Steel Path Circuit very, up in the air as to if you will or will not get punished. And I could just get with Platinum, but... Really? DE wants me to spend money on their game after what they did to the lighting? Like, look at this shit. Like, look at, like, how aggressive the volumetric lighting is. And how grey it is. It's so grey and boring. Same map, by the way. And also, I just don't like the Stug. It's just not my thing. I would like the Vectus one, but I don't have the plat for it, so... Whatever, man. I can live without it. I have a fucking Riven on my Paragale, so it's fine. A paragraph hits like a truck. It like melts like really, really late game content. So it's not like it's a big deal. I feel like what's gonna happen is they're gonna nerf the actual weapons themselves and not the incarnans if the weapons become too strong. So like, if let's say the Vectus becomes too strong, they'll nerf the actual Vectus, so it'll be even worse. I just use my Latch and Wraith with Latch and Incarnate, that's fair. I use my Twin Gricadas because they're cool. And also, I have dual Decurions that melt super bosses, so I think I'm fine. Like, I legit do think I'll be okay. Also, I think ads just happened. Sorry about that if you got them. It happens. It should be fine. Boop. I say, people don't always get ads on my content, which is why I'm uncertain if people do get them or not. I don't always get ads. It's because some people's content just doesn't have ads for you that day. For example, on my end, like I can give you an example from my content. I label my content with like sexual themes and like, you know, I think it's like, I'm trying to remember the actual term. Basically, I have like, you know, the inappropriate language and sexual themes tags. So sometimes advertisers are like, I don't want to put my ads on that content, and then they just don't put ads on my content. Yeah, mature, rated game, significant profanity, vulgarity, sexual themes are like the tags I have on my content. But I know a lot of people in my in my community don't get ads for that reason. Which gives them less incentive to subscribe, which is kind of cursed. But I'm okay with that. I stream to entertain people, not for money. The money is nice. But yeah, I kind of want to bring up like another version of Warframe real quick too while I'm at it. And that's a very specific version of Warframe. I feel like D doesn't know how to play Steel Path though. I think D doesn't know how to play Warframe. That is my opinion, at least. Give me a second too, I'm gonna do a thing. I need my text editor. There we go. I got a DM as well. I was quickly responding to that. Alrighty, where is it? EE config. There it is. Grab these. Put them here. Save this. Yeah, now we boot up another version of Warframe real quick. Oh yeah, taskbar renamer. I'm gonna need that. Oh wait, no, I don't need it because these have different titles. Thank fuck. All right, so I have two versions of Warframe running at the moment. This is really going to lag my computer a little bit because of how Warframe is. I don't remember what exactly I was doing here. In this one. What was the fucking conversation we were having? I don't know. Cool. Well, you probably won't notice much change immediately when I swap between the two versions of Warframe that I got running. Yeah, so... Well, this is Warframe, but, like, one I have more control over. Which is kind of cool. And I want to bring up, like, the skin thing again. This is a skin that you can't get. And so is this. You wanna know why these aren't available? Because D didn't make them available. No other reason. That's it. There's no other reason. These could be available. You could own these. If D just let us. And it would give dual pistols more skins, which would be nice. And then there's also what I endearingly refer to as the funny, called going to Simulacrum. Imagine if disabled sniper scopes actually disabled the sniper scopes. You could do this to you. You could. You just choose not to. The fact that I did it in your game, I modified your game to do it, just means you fucking people don't want to. I'm just gonna say it outright. Also, Celestial Twin as Verena. This, I think, is funny. I could just do that, by the way. But yeah, no. Oh yeah, that's another one. D was gonna make modular arc wings at one point, and this is as far as they got. Hey, thank you for donating $1 to Save a Fox. Very base of you. Hell yeah. Yeah. This is the furthest they got with modular arc wings. You notice it has no abilities. And it appears as a ordinata when you inspect its abilities. This is something we were meant to get ages ago, and we never got. Yeah, placeholder, modular Arcwing. Arcwing crafted with 3 parts. This is kind of cool. I would have loved this. Not like a K drive. Anything else, really. But yeah. I got a Discord notif. But yeah, the main one for me is a sniper's thing, and the pistol skin, because these actually work. Is this close enough? That's the only problem with them, by the way, is they don't have a reload animation. They use the default one-handed animation. Thanks for petting me, by the way, Jolo. But yeah, but that's okay, because there are several weapons with dog shit or broken reloads, so D can't go, that's the reason. It's not a good reason. It works fine, D just chose not to. And when it comes to the sniper thing, I did this to every sniper just when testing stuff, so I can just show off a few snipers like this, like the Rubico. I said, like, I'm not straight up mad at DE. I just wish they would, not today, Jodo. I'll do it later, even though I was technically, I stretched earlier while sitting down. That's like the main reason. I'm like, not today. And you see, they work fine. That is I guess a point. Big titty goth cheer. Lol. Here's a Snipetron. Also it's a Layka. Is the this thing. I forgot I did this. Well, you know. Also, snipers in Warframe are generally dookie. Clearly, you don't know how to use the Paragale. This thing hits like a truck, man. And the thing is, if your point is, but they don't kill a room, then there's a likely chance you need to learn how to shoot things. And I'm not trying to be mean, I do mean that. Like, people often want to nuke a room instead of actually, like, playing the game properly. And it's really bothersome because, like, a lot of people kind of forget. So generally, not all. That's fair. But you get what I mean. Like, I'll quickly... This is a really tough enemy with Steel Path enabled at level 350. There's like only 3 good snipers. I guess so, yeah. That's fair. Vidalia isn't one of them. It's pretty bad. At least I don't like it. I couldn't get behind the thing personally. I wonder if my Rubico fares against this. Probably not very well. Let me try real quick. Yeah, no, it's significantly worse. Rip. I used it when it came out, man. It wasn't actually that good. The only reason it was quote-unquote god tier is because it was a fucking nuke like everything else. The Warframe players legit don't know how to play the fucking game anymore, man. If something doesn't kill a room, they immediately call it bad. Literally, one of their complaints when Varuna released was, can you please make her 4 be channeled and automatically attack and have a larger radius and more damage? They literally want to just nuke the room, bro. They suck. Warframe players suck balls at Warframe. And I'll forever stand by that statement because I've seen what they complain about. These fucking people do not know how to play the game. And they'll get mad if you make anything that isn't a nuke build. I think Warframe players are stupid. I'm going to close this version of Warframe now, though. And hop back onto the other version of Warframe, the bad version. Also known as the modern day version of Warframe. There we go. Without all my cool changes, basically. That's it. You're allowed to dislike that outlook. I don't mind someone saying, oh, you just saying that because you're bad, whatever. But it's like, I guess. I can literally solo super bosses, though, so... I don't know who's bad. Clearly ain't me, when I'm using shit like this. I used this thing, and like... Because I hate acolytes. You have to nuke to kill acolytes? That's sad. Like, I just shoot them, bro. They just die. They're not a threat. They are as far from a threat as they physically could be. I was like hurling, but just like hurling death, I guess so. I said, like, I don't care if someone does or doesn't nuke, but I just don't appreciate when someone goes around going, this is the only choice. It's like, not really. D has tried to push me towards nukes, and I've done nothing but push back and say no, and it's worked. I have made tank builds out of Warframes that shouldn't be tank builds, because just out of pure spite. No other reason. I had no other reason to do this other than spite, and it worked. Like, that's just the way it is. If you are determined enough, you can make a build that subverts what D wants you to make. And I just happen to be very fucking good at doing exactly that. Like this thing. This build is dumb. It is my health tank Varuna build. Sure, I'm a bad shot, but I actually am limited on what I can do physically, so we take those. And, you know, nothing's really a threat to me in this game. That's a problem. Because it's not like the game is easy or hard, it's just boring when it comes to like how D's kind of assembled it now. As I said, like, I have a harsh outlook towards like nuke builds only because they are very fun ruining for a lot of people. Like, I'm not kidding you, a lot of my community has expressed frustration towards nuke builds in their own personal experiences. Like, as a member of my community, Strand, who has their fun ruined on a frequent basis by nuke builds. Because some people just want to be able to play the game and not watch someone else play the game. I understand the irony of, but aren't you literally streaming so people can watch you play the game? Yes, but I like to share fun facts, so you at least learn something when you're watching me. Instead of just brainlessly pressing one button and killing a room. You know, kind of like what this gun can technically do. Yeah, no, I have a pocket nuke if I really, really, really want to use it, but I really don't. I really don't need to. You nuke when you have to res someone. I stand there and I eat the damage because I have a health tank build. Like, personally, that's how I do it. Because I specialize in making health tank builds. They're like my entire thing at this point. I'm really good at making them. If someone's down, I can res them in most, if not all, situations. Which is very fun. Like, I promise you, being a health tank build is very fun to me. Sure, I don't always health tank. There's other things I shield gate. I do a bunch of other interesting things. It's not just health tank. But yeah, no. It's just, I just don't find nuking to be fun at all. Like, I don't see the fun of a nuke build. Especially when a lot of the nuke builds I see are copied off of someone else. And people go around saying, oh, you're bad, blah, blah, blah. And then they're like, oh, I'm so good at video games. Random diamond on tank builds. I'm not sure how that happens. Like, personally. But I know that definitely is a bug because it's not normal. I've never experienced it in my, like... How many hours do I got? 13,000? Oh yeah, by the way, pick for proof, I guess. Here we go, give me a second. You could just be not looking at your health. Like, because that's another thing you have to kind of pay attention to with a health tank build. It's not looking at what enemy to press the button on. It's, you have to actually look at your health. And as I said, that can happen. People can just get sidetracked. You can get busy doing something else and then suddenly your health is empty and you didn't even think about it. I'm not saying you're bad. I promise I'm not. I'm pointing out what could have happened. I'm not being mean. I'm just speculating, really. Yo, a car. Hey, sir. Yeah, because, like, I will also say that if you don't have enough damage resistance, like innate damage resistance, blast procs can kill you. But I had motes it shouldn't have happened. Care to elaborate? I don't know what you mean by I have motes. I literally use Eclipse on a fucking Varuna. If you are playing a tank build with motes, whatever that means, and you are dying, while my goofy ass is able to alt-tab out as a Varuna, I don't know what else to say. With motes with Eclipse. I see. Then I don't know what else to tell you. I literally casually alt-tab out during like really high-level content. 200 to 300. And I'm just like alt-tabbing out casually to send DMs to my partner. I don't, and that's with my Varuna, by the way. That's not even with like my Nyx, who is actually immortal, or my Inaris, who has so much health regen that he can basically make a joke out of any other Warframe. As I said, at this point I'm kind of concerned as to how you're even dying. So I'm not doing level 9999 like Void Cascades, I don't need to. Nor do I really want to. I don't want to waste hours and hours of my life doing the same thing over and over again. Oh, how's it going? Where'd you go? Oh, there. Loading. Bro, I had to hit an iframe to live through that. That was funny. But yeah, no. I do know that if you don't stack damage resistance, or you just have bad damage resistance, you will not survive a blast proc. That's something I do know. Blast procs can kill. They are insane. I'm not sure what their deal is. Just feel like D didn't test them, because enemy blast procs are like, they seem to go through all your defense in a lot of cases. At least in my experience, I've seen them go through like armor specifically. Likely, but even then, I don't usually die to those personally. I'd ask if your Warframe has shields, because if you don't, then it levels like 2000. Ah, so you're doing that type of content and dying and wondering why. At that point, it's still kind of on you for running that type of content than being careless if you are dying. Like, tank builder or not, on content beyond like level 1000, you're kind of pushing it a little regardless of what you make. Like, I guess on my end, because I don't really do quote-unquote high-level challenge content. If it can even be called content, it feels just more like someone has too much free time and wants funny number go up, and that's it. Which I don't think funny number go up is fun, personally. Other people can enjoy it all they want. I just don't like it. Time to do the boring nuke thing. Damn, this game really did just play itself for a few seconds there when I pressed a button. Let me do it again. Let me press another button to make the game play itself. Right here. You know, it really does often feel like, when I do this, the game's just kind of, like, playing itself. I don't like nuke builds. I think they're boring. I've made them, I've used them, I think they're boring, and I do not think anyone's in any position to talk shit if they use a nuke build. That's only because on mine, at least the builds I make require effort. Like, you have to actually aim and know where weak spots are. You benefit a lot from my builds if you actually know where to aim. And it also requires a significant amount of, like, situational awareness. Like, you need to know exactly where things are at all times. Which is probably why I don't die to things like blast procs. I never die to blast procs because I avoid them at all costs. Same with like dying to Jade Light. It's another thing I've never died to without intentionally standing still to see what it does. Which when they first added them, I scanned a Jade Eximus and immediately went to the like simulacrum and stood there to see how much damage they did. And yeah, they can kill you because their number just kind of goes really high up. Did you drop a bazooka? You didn't drop a bazooka. Yeah, see, I will say that once again does kind of further from my theory of you probably weren't paying attention and just died. Which, once again, all it is just, you know, if you want to stand still, then stand still in a spot that you know is a bit safe, like this tree. Yes, it sounds stupid, but this tree is in fact a safe spot to stand. Because if something's going to hit you with an explosive, it has to go through the tree, and explosives don't bypass through objects like this. So you will just not get hit by it. It sounds dumb, I know, but like, the way I move around is very intentional in this game. Also, hi Draco, welcome to the stream. Thank you for petting me. That's it. Wait, so the old Minecraft trick. Basically, yes. You can do this with most things, and you can also shoot through walls because of how DE designed the fucking stupid game. Like, that's just another thing that you can do. If you can see the enemy, and they can't see you, you can still shoot them, but they can't shoot you. Use this to your advantage. It makes your health tanks tankier. Ah, yes, the wall hacks. Yeah, basically wall hacks. When really, it's less wall hacks and more you fire from your camera. Your camera is your eyes. Yeah, it's super cursed. As I said, like, I'm not trying to be rude, by the way. I do hope, I'll call you Verdant. I do hope, Verdant, you're not taking any of this the wrong way. I'm a nerd that has been playing this game a long time, and I still play it the same way I did back in 2019. My playstyle hasn't changed, and I'm handling, like, some of the toughest content without doing crazy high number challenge content TM. Because I just don't want to. I just don't find it fun. Like, I can see the fun of it, I just don't find it fun. Like, I don't want people mistaking, like, my advice or my feedback or my knowledge as, like, me being pretentious or rude. I'm just pointing out, like... Actually, here's how long I've been playing Warframe for. Ah, that's fair. But yeah, see? This here is because this loadout was made and barely adjusted. Back in 2019, when you couldn't put link mods on your Sentinels. I don't even own link mods, because I heard about them, and was like, they're only for pets? I have Sentinels, I don't need these, and I never farmed them. That's not a bit. I don't own link mods, because I just didn't know they could go on Sentinels, and during the rework, I didn't check. I had no clue you could put link mods on Sentinels. And my friend, literally like last night, told me about it. I'm like, really? I'm gonna get some? Yeah, see, like, but that there, getting dragged into high-level content with your friends, I will say it's best to speak up and just go, hey, can we do something more my speed? Can we do something, you know, something else? Hey guys, what else have you not done? You want to farm the new content for X, Y, or Z material? Stuff like that. Want to open some relics? Bar is coming soon. You know? Anything else? I did it just because I wanted quick levels. At this point, I refuse to do Void Cascade with them. That's fair. I said, I probably could run, like, level 9999 Void Cascade with, like, one of my better builds. I just don't want to. I just don't care. I don't need to prove myself to anybody. I just like having fun. And that's why I play the game. I goof around and I have fun and I share fun facts with people. That's it. For example, I do need a specific Arcane Shard, not this one. I like that. I hate it. Look, Void Cascade, or like the really high level Void Cascade, or both. You have to move so fast for it? Yeah, Void Cascade's rough. But yeah, no, it's just... Actually, I'll see if I can just do a super boss on stream, just for funsies. I'll demonstrate tank builds, because I think it's fun. Give me a second. In my tank build that I use for these, in RS Prime, blue shards, I bring whatever weapon I feel hits like a truck hard enough. Usually it's the totally rad shotgun, pretty fun. Or I use Ashes to Ashes, very fun weapon as well. Another setup I just run on this thing. And then I rock the Melee weapon wise, usually it doesn't matter what I bring, but I bring the Hero Dakota because it's pretty fun. Yeah, but see, the thing is, Vilk, you probably didn't mod your weapons or know how to mod them if you were doing no damage to enemies your level. If you were fighting content that you were meant to be fighting and doing no damage, that's once again a you problem. You need to actually modify your weapons and upgrade them. Sure, farming can take a while, but that's just kind of how early game felt back then. And it is better nowadays, but that's about it, really. Like, I'm not going to say you're straight up wrong for wanting to go fast, it's just... Yes, see? Based. I feel like you would fit right in here, Vernon, because we love slow missions in this house. Railjack is very fun. Oh yeah, we're gonna do a super boss, just for funsies. Because I think super bosses are fun. I just like the tankiness of them. It lets me just really smack them super hard. That is justified, because Railjack is in fact not too slow. They're just stupid. Yeah, see, that once again is entirely a you problem. Like, basically, in my personal opinion, you are in no position to go, this game is too hard, this game is too slow, this is unfair. Because you literally are bringing it upon yourself. If that makes any sense. Like, my Railjack's also a tank build, Verdant, so I get it. But I play alone. I am entirely a solo player. I've been a solo player for fucking eons. The only person I play with, literally the only person, is my friend Kirby, because I can trust him to not be a cunt about it. Alright, here's how you do the super boss too. So you play a game of Snake over here, hoping that your fucking Hirudo isn't blocking your vision. Snake's fun. We love Snake in this house. I'm being attacked. That's fine. Yeah, but that's fair. But like, I'm not trying to be mean or anything, by the way, Vilk. I'm just pointing out, like, the cause of that. Because I didn't have this problem literally because I was playing at a reasonable pace. I need that phone. That's fair. Even then, I play alone just because I find it easier for me to play alone. Like, I legit just have more fun. Though I would love to have someone to play with, I just don't really have anyone to play with other than my friend Kirby, and he's not always around. It doesn't always feel like playing, you know, Railjack or anything else that content I do. He's very, and this isn't a bad thing. He's very, like, what I want to do when we play games. Like, if he hasn't done something, we do that. If I haven't done something, I do it alone. Basically, I'll help him, but he'll never really help me. And that's... Basically, he plays in a very one-sided manner. I don't hate him for it, but I do wish he would actually, like, take into account the needs of the other player in his party. But I'm used to being an add-on tacked into things, so he gives a shit. I no longer argue. Where's the computer in this area? Not that one, the other one. This gestural music is great. Even then, I don't play with other people. As I said, I'm very strict on who I play with, to a point where I will refuse to play with randos, even if the game tries to force me to. I'll find a way around it. For example, super bosses. Like, I literally made a build perfect for, like, soloing exclusively so I could, like, oh, perfect for tanking, so I could play super bosses alone. I cannot see because of my fucking Hirudo. God damn. Okay. Cool, super boss activated. Wonderful. Loading. Oh, cowabunga, dude. Give me that pizza. Anyway. Trying to get used to my new keyboard, which is really annoying. That phone? Give me that. Done. Give me that. I've never enjoyed loot frames personally. I find them very boring. Give me that. That. Alright, funny boss fight time. Back blast clear. Loading. Up off of my scarab armor. My god, my fucking game hates that. Oh my god, my frame rate, bro. I fire too many projectiles, the game hates it. It's very calm music while I'm fighting like a really tough tank. Is really funny to me. Normally, I'll give that a read a second. I was gonna read it, but I remembered I need to pay attention. I can read it between like things I'm doing, I guess. Alright, cool, got that. Normally hate randoms, that's why I'm almost always solo. Sometimes I'll admit, read that in a second. Cool. Best require assistance. Loading. A lot of green on the ground. God damn. Give me a second. And my friends aren't always available, like yesterday. Albeit, I hate being told how to play. He did teach me to be better. Health tank on grid, even if that wasn't his intention. Ah, that's fair. That said, like, on mine, I like to give advice and help. It's just, I don't like having to play the game for someone, and I won't try to help someone if they legit don't need it. So if someone's making a nuke build, I will not help them at all. So I'm like, yep, you don't need it. And that's not me just like going, oh, I hate nuke builds, that's why I don't want to play with them. It's me going, they literally don't need my help if they're using a nuke build. Bonk. Frame rate. Almost out of scarab armor. Spin. Alright. Cool. Only use bazookas. Got him! I drank the rest of my drink. But yeah, that's fair. As I like, I'm not gonna tell someone what to do though. Like, I do understand it sounds like that, but I'm just mostly recommending things. Because why not straight up go, here's my build, now copy it? It's like the last thing I try to do. So I don't like seeing people copy builds. Oh, alright, I just destroyed that. That's fine. That's what I thought. Oh man. Oh dear. Oh my god. It's a freaking stupid. This is dumb as fuck. I don't think the tank knows what to do. I don't mind him healing. But bro, this is funny as hell. Oh. That jade light. You mind. Okay, like my boy George, what you just said has me curious. Why do you need nullification of magnetic damage on Nyx? She's literally immune to statuses. Then why do you need armor on Nyx? She's literally immune to damage. Actually, why do you need health of shields on Nyx? The tank. This thing. Loading. I thought my Grikaz would actually do a bit more if he stood the fuck still. Kinda. Then I can actually hit the spot, yeah. Unless you mean like for the tank build. In that case, no. She's kind of immune to almost everything. Loading. Please stop animating so I can fucking hit your weak spot. Please and thanks. Thanks. Okay, that kinda hurts. Wish I could fucking see. That's D's plan to kill me, bro. It's like, just make it so I can't fucking see. I'll stop fucking around now and actually just play the game. Dear Diary, I literally can't see. Signed, Layka. Is this literally D's plan? Is just make it so the player literally can't fucking see? Because, like, bro. I actually can't fucking see. Oh, yay. I don't mind getting some heal, that's okay. Like, it's not like I'm at risk of dying. I'm in Aros. Okie dokie. Thanks for hanging out, by the way. I can't hit most of these because of him always looking at me. That's fine. He's almost dead anyway. Oh, he's dead. Loading. Only 2 steel essence. What a joke. Why do they stretch out like that when I select the thing? That's weird. That's fine. How many former did I put into these? 5. Oh, I just need to level them up. That's it. Alright. I'll just use them until they're max level. I didn't mean to give my sentinel a weapon. Not in this area. Hey again, Jodol. Welcome to the stream. How's it going? Not great. I should get over it eventually. I kind of like the other sparring animation more. The heavy sparring animation. It goes on like the Furax and stuff. It looks way nicer. I also like the weightiness of it. Just feels nicer. Yeah, I'm not really sure what you were even talking about earlier, Verdant. I have no clue. Were you talking about the actual, like, tank I was fighting or something else? Or are you talking about just tanking in general? The tank. Yup, there are several of them in the game. There is the regular one, there is the Steel Path one, there is the Super Boss. I assume you mean the Super Boss. So you said the tank. Which isn't much of an answer, unfortunately. Okie dokie, cool. I only asked originally because I didn't know if you were talking about the Super Boss or not. Yeah, yes. It's not that I needed it to be named outright, it just, you know, it was a bit of a vague answer initially, that's all. Jamming. This one's good as hell. For that guy. I was only doing steel part to see, like, if it would be good to do, but not really. The steel essence isn't worth it. It takes like 1 billion times longer to kill things with the fucking weapons. 18 with no extra affinity either. Like, you literally just don't get any. So there's no, like, you don't get any extra affinity, so it's pointless. I consider steel part to be mildly a scam because of that. At least give me extra affinity for fighting the fucking enemies, man. Like anything. But no, instead you get anywhere between fuck and all. Dear Digital Extremes, why are you fucking people so bad at making a game? Signed, Layka. Wuffinator first had no 1.5 weeks. So I feel so about 8 days ago. Oh. I do hope you recover, by the way, Jewel. Sorry for missing that earlier. I'm kind of tired, so I'm like not really paying much attention to anything. God, I'm so fucking tired. Now that I'm bored, it's hard to tell. Because when I'm bored, I get tired. My body's like, you're really not doing anything, might as well fucking sleep. I'm not even sure what's up with my body as of recently, but I've been comically tired. I'm curious, how do people like constantly level gear, like endlessly on loop, without getting so ruthlessly bored they fall asleep? Like, there's a genuine question. Because there's just not enough happening right now in my game. I'm just like sitting here, basically just, oh no, there's enemies. I run at them and I use my melee weapon. My melee weapon gains a very, very minimal amount of XP. And I do it again, and again, and again, and again, and again. Where's the fun in this? Like, I already have, like, enough items in my inventory. I have no reason to be leveling these items. Bruh, I'm so fucking tired. And what's worse is I've already slept. And I'm still fucking tired because my body is just like wanting to shut the fuck down. And I've slept a lot recently too. I don't know what my deal is. As I said, I could just be like bored of Warframe specifically. I wasn't tired before this stream, and I've only been live for like 2 hours, which isn't very long at all. Oh yay, they're done.
I could just have this be a shorter stream.
Yeah, I'll do that. Shorter stream today. Fuck it, I'm done. I'm tired. Have a good day. I'll be live tomorrow, probably with more energy. And I'll, like, I don't know, do Twilight Princess. I like Twilight Princess. That game's fun. Alright, goodbye.